going on, everybody? Cable Guy King coming to you with another gear review today. If you think back a couple of months ago here, I did a pure hydration review on the water bottle itself and on the first aid bag. Great, amazing products. 99.99% removal of everything, including chemicals, flavors, taste, bacteria, biologicals, everything. Many of you were shocked to see that algae green nasty water that I drank, and y'all, it tasted absolutely amazing. Definitely didn't taste like no bottled water or nothing like that. It just had a fresh, refreshing flavor to it, if you want to call it a flavor. But the last product I'm going to review, and I know it's been a while, I showed it the other day in the What's in My Pack video. I actually use it as a bug out bag for my scooter. But I've got the Armoured Weave, the Armoured Reservoir, the bulletproof tank of camelback, platypus, whatever you want to call it. I've got it in my backpack right now. You can see the handle here. Now I want to show you, it's got an on-off valve here, like not a bite valve, just a push-pull on-off valve. Now you can leave that on because it also has an on-off valve here. Now I've got it in this pack, loaded full to the gill, way above what it should have. I've got about 30 pounds of gear in this pack, pressing up against it, and you see that flow? I mean, it just gushes out because of all the pressure, but it's not a big deal. If I wanted to use the bite valve, I could use that valve open. It's not coming out. There's a little residual in there, but when you push that closed, it's gone. I can pull it straight up to my mouth. That is some good water. This is without a filter on it. Okay, it's got plenty long enough tube. You can see reaches my mouth. It's down in this pack, and when I pull it out, you'll see what I'm talking about. Plenty of tube. It's got an insulation and a scuff and scratch resistant covering on the tubing itself. But if the tubing does get damaged, of course you can replace it from any hardware store. Put the sleeve right back on it, put the ends back on it. Let me get it out the pack real quick, and I'll show you what's going on. I'm gonna leave the camera rolling so that you can see, you know, what it takes to get it out of here, I guess you could say. Now this is just for my pack. Many of y'all have an actual camelback, or you have a little bit better bag than what I got. This is just my little Walmart special, you know, Remington bag, and it fits down inside there super great. No discomfort or nothing on the back, nothing gouging you. Clips in. Now to get it in my bag, because of this valve on, off valve and all, it's got this little tiny hole here that it goes through, and it doesn't really fit through there well attached, so I have to take it off of the bag to get it out. With a platypus bag and a camelback bag, if you take this hose off, water is going to go everywhere. There's nothing leaking. A little drip here, a little residual, but that's because this is a self-sealing valve that when you click it in, it opens. When you pull it out, it closes. Now I'll show you why that impresses me more in a minute here. Now I've only owned one bag, and that was actually the Walmart Camelback. They're off the, you know, brand name Camelback system that Walmart sells. So I'm not speaking for everyone out there, and if anybody has a different model that's, you know, better, has these same features, let me know. But my experience, the bag just had a bag with a hose coming off of it. They were permanently attached to each other. You couldn't do none of this. It's made of Armor Weave technology, which means it's puncture scratch resistant. It's as durable as a tank. I'm gonna show you. You've got the Velcro here, and then you've got the two Ziplocs that I showed you, just like the other first aid bag. Roll it up, Velcro it shut, and it seals the deal. Now, I'm not as fat as I used to be, but I'm still 232 pounds. Can we see the bag in the frame here? Yeah. 232 pounds, and I'm on it. I don't have my lid. I don't have my lid seal where I filled it up a minute ago. I mean, I'm putting weight on that, y'all. It ain't rupturing. don't even really sound like the Velcro's moving. As long as that lid right there is sealed down tight, which is where some water leaked out when I first did it. I had it loose like so, and you can see water come out of it that way. As long as that lid's sealed tight, the seams aren't going to rupture, the hose isn't going to come off, this isn't going to bust open. It's just going to hold your water for you. Now, one of the main things I like about this is, I know a lot of people that do these long hikes, like the Appalachian Trail and such, they actually plan for water. They know this holds 3 liters of water. They know how far they can go on 3 liters of water. They know where water is along the trail that's safe drinking water. Whether it stops at little stores and stuff like that, or whether they have, you know, freshwater storage, what have you. I know a lot of people say, well, I never have to filter my water because I have water provided for me, that kind of thing. Well, that's great. Planning is the number one preventative maintenance. Excuse me. The number one preventative maintenance we can do is plan, and that's the best tool in your box you can have, is proper planning. But what happens if you get out there and you do run out of water? You run into somebody else that needs water, you have to assist them, and you don't have any more fresh water. Well, now if you've got a Camelback or anything like that, a water bladder, you've got to have some kind of filter. You've got to fill your water bladder up with that filter. Usually it's a big expensive pump filter. I've seen them go $200-300 bucks. The bag itself is right at $85-90 bucks, and that is a lot of money for a water bag, but it's an indestructible water bag. I mean, it's going to last you for years and years and years and years and years. It's unique in, you can open this valve up here and fill it or dump it. You can fill it and dump it from the top. And if you need fresh water and you have to get it out of a stream, just shake the extra water out of that hose there so it doesn't get me soaking wet. You can dip this whole thing down in your contaminated water source, fill it up with water. You're thinking, oh my God, now your water bladder is contaminated. Well, maybe it is on the outside of the bag itself. But you fill it up with water, you close it up, and then you take out your inline filter, and it comes with a couple of little adapter accessories. So if you have a Camelback or a Platypus bag and you want to use this, you can. You can buy this separate. I'll list the prices down here below from Rocky Mountain Survival Gear, of course. But you can attach this to the bag, pull it straight out the box, and right down here on the bottom where you would hook your hose up to, clip, grab your other little end, clip. Now you have 100% safe, clean, fresh tasting drinking water from any water source. You don't have to worry about filtering it before it goes in here. You don't have to put iodine, chloride, no other crap in here that you don't want to put in your body to begin with. You put it straight in, pull the little bite valve, open the little hose up, and there's your water. Now, I've not used this filter yet, so you're going to have to kind of force it through and prime it and stuff, get it going. Little squeeze, little squeeze. They do recommend that you flush the filter the first time you use it, like most any other water filters. That I don't notice a difference in taste. It does make it flow a lot faster if you do, but I don't notice a difference in taste or anything, so I don't bother with it. But just that quick and easy, you're filtering your water. And like I said, you don't have to go through the inconvenience of, first of all, buying a $300 pump to pump water in here at like, what, a cup an hour? I mean, those things are just unbearably slow. And you just dip it down in the creek, pull it out, plop your filter and all in line, put it back in your bag. As long as you're keeping this clean, that's the money end right there, you're good to go. You're rocking. No brainer, y'all. I mean, at least for me it is. Now, I said I don't use water filters a lot because most of the time, the little trips that I take when I'm by myself, I go out with enough water to get there and back. What happens if, well, I end up having to boil water until I met up with Miss Jen, and she sent me these. Now, I've got my first aid bag, my little travel cup, and I've got this. I've got all the filtered water I could ever handle. And if I ever use the filter up, it stops flowing, which is when you know it's no good no more. It just stops flowing altogether. As long as water is coming out, it's clean, it's safe to drink. So when it stops flowing, I pop in a new filter. Little price to pay for added security, in my opinion. So give her a holler and a shout over there, Rocky Mountain Survival Gear. You won't be sorry, I'm telling you. This just, I love the flavor, and I can't think of the right word for this because there is no word. There's nothing there. There's no word that describes nothing better. But I love the taste, the mouthfeel, and the quality that I get from this. Now, I'm not a scientist. I can't give you a specimen sample and show you before and after. I can just tell you it's amazing. And one other thing I'm going to show you real quick. A lot of us, when we go out in the woods, we take little camp showers. You hang this bag up in the sun, and it's got hangers. You can hang it up in the sun, top or bottom. Get that bag warm. Open that valve up. And while it's hanging up there in the tree, give it a little squeeze. Give yourself a little shower. And it'll be nice and good and warm water. They actually sell bags that are like that, separate bags, and all it is just a cheap black plastic bag. This one, you're not going to worry about damaging it. Set it up in the sun, get it warm, take you a warm shower quickly somehow. Guys, one of the things, I was getting ready to end this video and I said, well, I forgot to tell them, if you have a platypus or a camelback or whatever brand, brand X bag, and it uses this same hose, and it looks to be about a 1/4 inch inner diameter, the inline filter that you can order separate from the bag itself, it comes with an adapter set. Now what this is, you can see it's barbed. Just like what they've done on their hose, you can take your hose, cut it, put the inline filter kit in line with it, with your little bag. Clips right in, push a button to pull it out. Keep that attached permanently, and then if you get to a point to where you need fresh clean water, it's a clip and a clip, and you've got the filter attached. If you get back to a clean water source, you clean your bag out, make sure there's no bacteria in it, you can pull the filter right back out, attach your hose back together, and keep right on rocking and rolling. The other thing I like is, because this is the same that's on the Armor Weave bag, the Armoured Reservoir, this does not flow unless it is attached. So if you attach this at the bottom of your bag, then you can fill your bag up without the hose attached, and it won't pour all your water out while you're getting back to camp or what have you. And then at the same time, all you got to do is click, click, and you're filtering your water 100%. Now, it's got flow arrows on it, but the way it's designed, it only goes on one way. You can't mess it up. Cable Guy Ken, y'all. Peace out.